25:4. It is, say to them that you are of a fearful heart. Be strong, fear not. Behold, your God will come with vengeance. Even God with a recompense. He will come and save you. So, when it says, don't be afraid because God will come with vengeance, it's saying, no matter what happens to you, God is going to protect you. And obviously bad things are still going to happen, but the people who do bad things to you, whether it's actual people or the devil or, like yourself doing bad things to you, they'll be punished if they don't follow God correctly. I mean, you're not going to be punished if you do follow God and you did bad things to yourself, but if you stick with God, and then you'll be saved. I think it says in the verse, it says, even He will come and save you. He'll take vengeance on the people who did wrong to you. He's not going to kill them, but they're going to go to hell, and then you'll go to heaven if you stick with Him and you're saved. My next verse is First Peter 3:14. Where they from that? It says, and if ye suffer for righteousness' sake, happy are ye, and be not afraid of their terror, neither be troubled. Now, this is saying that you're gonna suffer, even though God loves you and you love God. Bad things are still gonna happen to you, even for righteousness' sake. And it's saying, like something that Jude said too. Even if you are doing good, if you're doing righteous, you're gonna be hated on still, and that is for righteousness' sake. That's God's plan. He's going to put you through that so you can become better. So there's no reason to worry when these bad things happen, right? Because that's part of God's plan. Is to make you a stronger person, a more righteous person, and more close to Him. And you need to stick with that because you can be saved. And then my last verse is Hebrews 10:36, and this one is just about sticking to God's plan. For ye have need for patience, that after ye have done the will of God, ye might receive the promise. So, like I said before, bad things are gonna happen, and you need patience to stick through that. You need, say you're a farmer and all your crops burn down, but you need to say, okay, I'm gonna be patient. I'm gonna stick with God. And this isn't just saying I'm gonna be patient because my crops will grow back. What if they don't? Even if they don't, you still need to stick with God. You need to be patient with Him. You need to be patient with yourself, with your crops, with everything pretty much. And then you will have the will of God will be done, and if you stay with Him, you'll be saved. And it is also being patient, waiting for those crops to grow back. Don't get angry. It's fine to get angry, but don't take it out on anybody or your crops or anything, or on yourself even. And stick with the will of God, and it will be done. So I think, in conclusion, basically, bad things are going to happen, but it's God's will for everything that happens to you to happen. So for you to become a stronger person and be able to stick with Him better. So there's no reason to worry, even if they do.
I'm just looking at the time here for a second. So, tell me your 3 points, particularly.
I have them.
You have them on paper. Okay. We're not lost in class.
Okay, so my first point was that the sinners will be punished, and that you're going to be saved, like Alex said, with God with vengeance and you being saved. everything. That was Isaiah 35:4, and then point 2 was that not everything is going to be okay, even though you do follow God and love Him and He loves you. He's going to put you through things to make you stronger, even though it doesn't seem okay in the moment. That's what is righteous. And you've got to suffer for what's righteous. It said that 1 Peter 3:14, and point 3 was just sticking to God's plan in Hebrews 10:36. So I kind of forgot what I read there, but I mean, it just like, even if something bad does happen to you, you should stick to God's plan so that you can be saved and be okay in the end. Even though it doesn't seem okay at the moment, then you'll be fine when everything's over.
Good.
You